guys? Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I know I am. Pretty excited for another week of the NFL. There were a lot of surprises last week. So yeah, we're just gonna dig right into it here. What do we got going on?
Well, first 2 weeks of the NFL, a lot of stuff going on. One, who would have thought the Patriots were going to be 3-0 without Tom Brady and without only having Jimmy Garoppolo 1.5 games. So I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone saw that coming. And now their backup quarterback is hurt. So
Julian Edelman.
Yeah, Julian Edelman's going to step up.
Double fantasy points.
Well, he's probably not going to throw to himself.
He could run though and pass, huh?
He could, yeah. It'd be like a giant wildcat offense the entire game.
Be sick. I'd approve.
Why not? I mean, they're playing the Bills, so I mean, just you're 3-0. You've already exceeded expectations for the 4-game span. Why not? Just do whatever the hell you want for that one game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're 3-1. Oh, guess what? Tom Brady comes back week 5. Oh,
exactly.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, that week you're facing the Browns. So
sucks to be the Browns.
Yeah, get ready for like a 50 spot up against the Browns. I can easily see that game be like 50-0. So
yeah, Brady will probably have like 6 TDs.
Oh, that game's gonna be a massacre. Some other surprises. I think last week for me, I picked the Jaguars to be one of my kind of sleeper teams to make the playoffs.
I did too. It's okay.
Ooh, they looked horrible against the Chargers.
It's okay.
0-2. Now I picked them to lose against the Packers, but I picked them to beat the Chargers, and they forgot to show up. I mean, they looked terrible. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, they just laid a huge egg in that game. First week, my picks, 13-3. I was feeling good.
I did not have a good week 1.
Week 2, 8-8. I took a huge step back in week 2.
I want to say mine might have been a little worse than that for week 2.
No, I think you had picked a lot of opposite games than me, so you probably actually did pretty well. So
I have to find my thing, because I did pick the upset of the Rams against Seattle, because the Rams always play Seattle tough all the time.
I mean, Titans, Lions, you picked the Titans, I picked the Lions. I was wrong.
I mean, some of those I was just going with gut instinct.
Cowboys, Redskins, you picked the Cowboys. Redskins playoff team last year. They added people this year. Cowboys starting a rookie quarterback, have a rookie running back. You think, oh, Washington should be able to beat them. No, they don't.
I think Kirk Cousins has a lot of pressure on himself with that one-year contract.
Apparently after the loss, a lot of their reports that there's some Redskins players that were getting upset with Kirk Cousins. I mean, come on, it's not all on him. I mean, the defense,
coach, and the defense and the
defense
coach
played terrible.
Yes.
The coach has to take part in it, and I mean, Josh Norman's there. I thought he was supposed to be this great savior.
He doesn't fit the scheme.
No, he hasn't played well, and that'll be tested true this week because he's already said he is lining up against Odell Beckham in every spot, unless he said he will not line up against Odell if he lines up in the slot. He said if Odell lines up in the slot, he won't cover him. Otherwise, he says he's going to cover on every play. So
I am so jacked for that game because one of them could get thrown out for the game.
That could possibly happen.
That's probably going to happen. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, that's rematch of that brawl that was last year, and this is just round 1. There's going to be a second round, which since we're in the same division. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see who gets the upper hand in this first matchup.
Totally tickles my mustache.
Some other surprises last week. Seahawks Rams, but how terrible the Rams looked the first week.
The Seahawks looked worse.
Yeah, and the Rams come back and win they still haven't scored a touchdown yet this
year.
Field
Goals.
Yeah, that's all they've done this year is kick field goals. They haven't scored a touchdown after 1-1. And the Seahawks, I don't know what it's about them playing the Rams.
They always have. They swept them last year.
Yeah, the Rams just have their number. So Jeff Fisher can't beat any other team.
But he can beat Seattle.
He can beat Seattle. That's 2 of his 7 wins he's going to get every year. So
yeah, you can mark those down at least.
Yeah. Along with his 7-9 season, 2 will probably come from the Seahawks. Chiefs, Texans. Chiefs, I mean, what happened? They're supposed to be a class above the Texans because, if you just look at the Texans on Thursday night, they looked terrible against the Patriots.
And
yet they
disappointed me a
They
lot.
beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs last year destroyed them in that first round playoff matchup.
Yeah, there was no
Destroyed.
contest.
And then the Texans went, what? That's not supposed to happen. Buccaneers, Cardinals, once again. Buccaneers, one of the teams I picked to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we're not
Once-
having good luck with those teams.
No, once again. I mean, they looked good in the first week. Cardinals trounced them last week. Just destroyed. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Like 40 to something
Yeah,
stupid.
Something. Yeah, there was a wide range there. It was never really close. Oakland, another team, picked to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we're not
These
doing
teams
good.
are making me look bad.
We're
I
not
don't
doing
like
good
it.
on those picks.
Look,
no.
well, the Raiders, they came back, won the first week, so I think, all right, they're looking good. Falcons come in. Oh,
Falcons gonna let them lose.
Yeah.
Julio's gonna light us up. Big
Yeah,
deal.
Falcons. What the heck? I mean, you can't. The Raiders are supposed to be making that step. If you lose to the Falcons, who no one really has Falcons doing anything this
No.
year, you have.
You're
Those are the
taking a
games
step
you
back.
have to win, and especially because that's your home opener. You should have that excitement going. and
amped
then,
up extra.
Yeah,
A little more amped up for the home crowd.
and then you got there and laid an egg, and then coming down to my Packers.
Okay, yeah, okay, so this is my question with the Packers, okay. Do you feel it is more okay, I'm gonna give you three options, three questions,
Okay.
and then go at me. Okay. Okay. Do you think it's a series of the chemistry, or do you think it's the coaching, or do you think that because the Packers are known for their short passes, like 3-second dropbacks, boom. And I don't think we've seen those lately. So do you think it's a mixture of game planning or chemistry?
It is a mixture. Like when it comes to chemistry, the starters never played in the preseason. And now I had said, to go back to one of the few episodes we did during the preseason, preview, is the Packers aren't playing, so they're not. None of the stars were playing, which they're not going to develop that chemistry. I don't know what is about preseason. There's a reason that there are preseason games. The reason for that is not just to evaluate the backup talent. Is you have to be able to get in that game environment to develop rhythm and timing.
Thank you.
And the first 2 weeks, the Packers have shown they are lacking rhythm and timing.
Right?
These back shoulder throws that Aaron Rodgers is so famous for with
He's overthrowing or
with Nelson
underthrowing.
and Cobb is the ball will be there, then Nelson turns around, the ball's already past him.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's Aaron Rodgers has been overthrowing a lot of balls.
That doesn't happen. That's not like it.
No, so I mean, these first 2 weeks have kind of been like a preseason, but now you're down 1-1. You already lost the division game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So why are you? There's such a negative connotation about we can't play during the preseason because someone might get hurt. Okay, well you didn't play in the preseason, and now you're losing games. So you're down 1. You lost to your division rival, the Vikings, who some people pick to win the division. Well, when they have first week quarterback in there, Sam Bradford, the defense does a really good job boxing up Adrian Peterson before he got hurt, which we'll talk about that in the second year. But the defense does a job. Only holds the Vikings to 17 points. I mean, it's so. I mean, if you say the defense could hold them to 17, team to 17 points, thinking, okay, well, yeah, that gives us a great shot to win. But the offense could not get anything going. And a lot of once again these first 2 weeks, even against the Jaguars and this week, a lot of their first downs come by the other team committing penalties. It's not they're converting them. Not making these good passing orders. So defense holding, defense passing interference, whatever. So that's the first part of timing and rhythm. They didn't play any preseason. This is their preseason, basically. This is what they're supposed to have worked on in the preseason that they're now getting to, and it's cost them a game. So now they have to hope against the Lions, who have they've been scoring, a decent amount of points.
Yeah, they've been putting some points up on the board.
Yeah, so I mean,
far.
now they're not known to have a great defense, so
Right.
this is going to be the week. Like, if you're going to get things going, this is the week you have to, because after this week, Packers have a bye week already.
Yeah.
So you have to get things going, and you cannot lose to the Lions and expect to make a run at the division.
Right.
Being down 1-2, already 0-2 in the division.
You're looking at a wild card at minimum.
Yes. So they have to come back and win this game. Second off, when I was watching the game against the Vikings, the thing that frustrated me, they're giving the ball to Lacey. Lacey's doing a pretty good job. Then for some reason, it's Lacy, why don't you come on? We're going to put Randall Cobb in the backfield.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Why? No, Randall Cobb is not a running back.
No.
He is a receiver.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy and James Starks are your running back. Use them as your running backs. Yeah, Randall Cobb can make a miss or whatever, but it's Eddie Lacy that you're paying to be a running back. Use him. He looked good when he was in, but for some reason you look pretty good. Why don't you sit out? We're just going to try this for some God-forsaken reason. Why?
I think in that Vikings game, I think I saw a stat where he had, I think it was 11 carries or 11 rushes. And, I'm not a Packers fan, but to me it's frustrating because I love a smash mouth running game.
Mm-hmm.
When a team has a running back that's good, I love it when they give him his carries. Lacy came in, he lost all the weight. He worked with the P90X guy.
New Horton, yep.
Came in incredible shape, and then he has good runs, and then, like you said, they just don't use him, and they start struggling.
Yeah, think about it from a defensive perspective. You're lining up. Eddie Lacy's in the back. You're like, okay, he can run over some people. He can break tackles. So we're going to have to bring maybe a couple more guys in the box in case we run. You see Randall Cobb in the backfield. Oh, our defensive line will get them.
Yeah.
Let's drop the other ones back so in case they pass, we'll be fine. Okay, so now you can either, hand the ball off to Randall Cobb, who is it's going to be an outside run. He's not running right up the middle.
No.
So it's going to be an outside run, in which case, the linebackers, defense, they don't fear Randall Cobb. Yeah, run at me. I'm going to demolish you.
Yeah.
And then they can, worry about, whatever, passing game that there might be. Well, when Eddie Lacy's there, it can be a run to the outside. It can be a run up the gut.
Mm-hmm.
And linebackers are looking at he's a big boy. He can
run. We take him head on. He's going to truck us.
And if Eddie Lacy breaks into the secondary, those safeties are going to have a hard time tackling that guy. If Randall Cobb somehow breaks in the secondary, safeties will have no problem tackling him. So, Edgar Bennett came out, the offensive coordinator came out and said, we need to run Eddie Lacy more. It's like, well, duh, you need to run Eddie Lacy more. That's your running back. Yeah. You run the running back. You don't run the wide receiver. So, I don't know. That's, so that's another part of it is, the coaching. It's just a stupid coaching decision. Yeah, they used Randall Cobb like that last year. That's, using Randall Cobb's, nice to kind of change things up
sprinkles in there.
Yeah, having a couple plays here and there when he's like that. But they're having entire series, whereas Randall Cobb is a feature running back.
Yeah. Yes.
And I cannot for the life of me think of why they did that. It just makes no sense to me. Any Packer fan or anyone that can tell me why they're doing that?
Comment in the box.
Yeah, let me know. I would love to hear it because I was getting just more and more frustrated thinking, this is terrible coaching. Why are they doing this? I get you needed to do something to try to change something up because the offense was stagnant, but that is a good defense the Vikings have. That's no slouch defense.
Yeah, healthy, they're a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you have our defense who held to 17 points. I'm usually thinking we should be able to win that game. Held the team to 17 points, especially when, like I said, you have a first, starting quarterback for the first, team first week. Adrian Peterson, they bottled up really well, and then he gets hurt. So you're thinking, oh, God, their best player is out, so we should be able to do this. No, they have the touchdown, their second drive, which, okay, I'll give Randall Cobb this. Fumbled in the first drive in the red zone. The Vikings pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Randall comes and takes the ball back.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was... I'll give Randall Cobb credit for that. He saved a huge mistake there.
He wanted his Krispy Kremes.
That's right. But, just... To me, it was that coaching and the timing. Rodgers and the receivers just look so off base. Overthrows, those back shoulder throws not working, timing being off. They have to get that corrected. And like I said, that's what the preseason is for. But they were too afraid that someone's going to get hurt. So that just came back to bite them.
So if they're afraid of that, let them play a quarter or 10 series. 10 snaps or something per preseason game and then take them out.
Exactly. Nelson did not play at all in the preseason. And it shows clearly that he didn't.
Yeah. He's rusty.
Yeah. So they got the Lions this week. Like I said, if they have to get it going this
Yeah,
week.
this is a must-win for the Packers as far as I'm concerned
Yeah.
and looking forward.
And now this week, Clay Matthews is out. He's not playing because of the injury. So, like I said, the defense, surprisingly, I'm not that worried about.
Right.
Even though usually that's the
That's the
biggest
worst
issue they
spot.
have. Their defense is usually bad. But their defense hasn't looked that bad. It's the
Right.
offense that usually that's the biggest point of the Packers. Oh, they have this great offense. And this week, these past couple weeks, no, that is their offense looks average at best.
Mhm.
Even times subpar. And when you have Aaron Rodgers, your quarterback, that's not supposed to be the case. I'm sure a lot of fantasy owners aren't liking this either because he's not giving them anything for points.
Yeah, there's a guy in my league that's doesn't have him, or he has him. I know I dropped Cook in fantasy, just they're not using him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a guy that's getting kind of antsy with Lacey too.
Well, don't get antsy at Lacey, get antsy at the coaching staff.
Yeah.
That's a coaching staff's fault right there. 'Cause he's looked pretty good. He just hasn't gotten
He's
the
looked
opportunity.
good when he has runs.
Yeah, for some reason they don't let him run. All right, so that's my team.
Stupid.
So now the 49ers
Yeah.
won their first week against
Yeah.
the Rams, and they won in pretty dominant fashion.
Yeah.
Last week against the Panthers, we were watching that game. We thought that game was over.
Right.
Somehow the 49ers fought their way back into
They
that
did.
game,
They did.
which was, impressed me. But, okay, my question for you is, so now do you think last week was that maybe the Panthers getting kind of lax, letting them back in? Or is it the 49ers starting to gel in offense, but their quarterback play hasn't looked the best? Do they need to look at Kaepernick and think about trying to get him in there?
Oh, so we watched the Panthers game. Me as a Niners fan, I was proud of the fight that they showed to come back in the game.
Yeah, because no one expected them to
Yeah.
really compete in
I
that
mean,
game
they
at all.
ended up getting blown out, but the score didn't reflect how much they were there. I mean, they got turnovers. I wouldn't say right now it's too early still to go with to start getting worried to go with Kaepernick. I say if Gabbert struggles in this game against Seattle, then you need to conservatively look at your backup.
Just
Look at
consider it.
Yeah. I mean, some of those throws, though, we saw Gabbert make last weekend, some of them he rushed, like the little screen routes. He underthrew them. His feet weren't set. So, I mean, I think a lot of it is he's just got to calm down, just take a deep breath, use all of his assets that they have. I'd like to see Torrey Smith get more involved in the offense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, overall, I would say if he struggles this week, then start to look at switching him out or something.
Yeah.
But I don't have that much complaints, I guess. I mean, the Niners, they look about how I thought they were going to
Kind of
look.
look as they expected to look. Now, the team that played, the Panthers, lost the first week against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Niners, like I said, that game was actually, the times that the Panthers seemed to pull ahead and they were just going to cruise. But the 49ers fought back and kept that game a lot closer than they should have.
Yes.
So now, do the Panthers need to be kind of worried, okay, what's going on? I mean, their defense hasn't been that good.
No.
And their offense really hasn't been that impressive. A lot of turnovers. So
a lot of turnovers.
do the Panthers really need to be worried? Okay, what's going on? Should Panther fans worry about their team right now?
So there's some Panther fans that are going to be, narrow-minded and say, no, we don't have to worry. But if you look, I think the key way to get into Cam Newton, you get in his head, he likes to jaw at people and smile, which is fine. But when you do it to him, he gets, pouty face and he starts to get rattled by it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they need to, I don't know what's the word to say it.
So the defender just like you said, getting in his head.
Yeah, I think the Panthers thing is more of a mental game.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think some points in the Niners game they're like, oh yeah, we got this game. And they almost ended up losing. And essentially the Niners turned them over twice and they didn't cash in those points. So if I were Panther fans, I wouldn't push the panic button yet. It's early, but I would definitely I would start to,
have pause for concern.
Yeah.
I mean, there are issues there that need to be addressed. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily hit the panic button just yet.
No.
But yeah, it's
They're not,
you
the
want
Panthers aren't playing their best football. I mean, I think a lot of people expect the Panthers to be 2-0 right now.
Yeah, I picked them to beat the Broncos, which they did, and obviously I picked them to beat the 49ers, which they snuck away with the win there, which it should have been a lot. Should have been as close as it was.
Right, yeah, exactly. So
now coming to this week, we got some games that are pretty decent, other games that are just kind of a joke. Speaking of, joke games, Browns and Dolphins. Browns last week, you guys started out 21-0. We're watching that score like, whoa. What's going
get
on?
Some sports jabber positive battery time.
Like, oh my God, is McCown going to be the answer? Is that their key? And then the Browns do what the Browns do and lost.
They scored I don't think they scored any more points.
No, they did not. The Ravens just went on a run there and scored like 28 unanswered points, something like that.
Solid.
So yeah, 21-0. You jump out and you lose. I mean, that is terrible. Oh, and also, by the way, your back quarterback's hurt too. So
third stringer.
Maybe the third string is the answer. That's the quarterback you've been looking for forever.
Yeah,
He's
gonna turn it around.
But I mean, wow, Browns. I mean, you got to win those games when you're ahead 21-0 at home against not a very good Ravens team. I mean, Ravens aren't Super Bowl favorites or playoff favorites by any stretch of the imagination, and you lose. I mean, granted, you are the Browns. That's what you do. I mean, I'm sure a lot of fans being up 21-0 are like, we're probably going to blow this game. And, true to form, you did.
They did.
But now, I mean, this week, the Browns, they're not facing a tough team. The Dolphins have looked terrible. I mean, nothing about them has screamed, we're about to turn this thing around.
I mean, in defense, I did diss the Dolphins week 1, but they surprised me and almost beat Seattle in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle hasn't looked good.
I know, that's the other issue. Gosh, dang it.
Seattle.
They've looked awful the past 2 games.
Yeah, they're 1-1, but they look bad against the Rams, and the Dolphins really should have beat them.
That touchdown that Kenny Stills dropped, that would have been the game-winning touchdown when you go back to it.
Really, the Seahawks should be 0-2, but the Dolphins let them sneak away with that win. So, yeah, I mean, Seahawks haven't looked good. So, I mean, that could be, maybe a panic button right there thing for them.
I would get more towards the panic button if I was a Seahawks.
Yeah, that's not good. Now, Russell Wilson has been kind of dealing with injuries, so once he heals up, we'll see what that does.
Right.
See if that's maybe the trigger to them doing better, but kind of like the best. But Browns, Dolphins,
I got the Dolphins.
I can't pick the Browns.
No.
I can't.
After last weekend.
Yeah, this game will probably jump out to 35-0 and then blow it.
Yeah, probably.
It's because that's what they do. Is like, let's give our fans a little bit of hope and let's take it away. Let's crush their dreams. Couple other games, Lions, Packers. Like I just said, Packers.
I'm picking the Packers just because it's a must-win.
Yeah, Packers have to win this game. Cardinals and Bills. Come on.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals are going to run away with that game. Raiders, Titans. Like I said, Titans surprised me. I didn't think they were going to beat the Lions, but they did. Raiders disappointed me last week, losing to the Falcons. But I still trust the Raiders more than the Titans, so I'm going to go with the Raiders.
I got the Raiders, too. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Ravens, Jaguars. Ravens, they beat the Browns, which, whoop-dee, everyone does. Jags looked good. They fought the Packers hard in that first week. Looked terrible last week against the Chargers. If they're any way they're going to get a chance at the playoffs, if they start 0-3, they're done.
Yeah, they got to win the rest of the
games.
games.
They have to win this game.
Yeah.
So I'm picking them to win this game.
I picked the Ravens.
Well, I picked them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, so you have to pick. Yeah,
they have. Yeah. If I pick them to lose, I'm pretty much signaling my pick is wrong in the playoffs. Faith. Yeah, so I'm going with the Jags. Blake Bortles, don't let me down. Come away with this one. Broncos, Bengals.
I got the Broncos, but it's going to be a good test to see how Simeon does in a big game on the road.
Yeah, I put down Cincinnati, but I just talked myself out of it.
Mm.
They didn't look that impressive last week against the Steelers. Now, that game is always kind of a fight. The Broncos, and their defense is still really good.
Still.
They don't
really
need
good.
that much from their offense.
No.
But
They just
DeMarcus
need a-
Ware is out. Now, granted, he didn't play a whole lot. So he was really kind of a third down, substitution. But I'm going to go with the Broncos. I just talked myself out of picking the Bengals. So I'm going to go Broncos. Vikings, Panthers. Vikings, 2-0, but Peterson out about 3 months. Now, I was talking with a couple Vikings fans last night. One says he doesn't mind Peterson being out. In fact, he said they should have traded him a couple years ago. The
I've
other
heard that a lot.
was concerned that Peterson was out. So the Vikings can't even, Vikings fans can't even get in the same page like, oh, we don't need Peterson. No, we need Peterson.
Yeah.
Well, which one is it? I mean, they need Peterson. Jared McKinnon, you're going to say he's the answer over?
Yeah.
That's the answer over Peterson? No, Peterson is still the best running back.
I picked the Panthers in that
I'm picking
game,
the Panthers.
unless Bradford has another crazy, stupid game.
But like I said, he wasn't even that good against the Packers. Packers defense got soft in a couple of big plays downfield to the receiver. Well, I mean, they only scored 17 points, so it wasn't a huge offensive outburst. Panthers, we said, kind of watch that panic button. The Panthers lose this game against the Vikings. Oh, we got hit that panic button. The Vikings have no reason to win this game with AP being out. Sam Bradford looked okay, but I mean, it is still Sam Bradford. He still will probably at some point get hurt.
That's a glass guy.
So I'm going to go with the Panthers. Vikings need to kind of watch themselves because without, they have to kind of tread water until Peterson comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Redskins, Giants. Redskins disappointed me last week. So
I'm high on the Giants from the start of the season, so I got to pick the Giants.
Yeah, I picked the Giants to win that division, so I'm gonna pick them to beat the Redskins. Rams and Bucks. Rams surprised me last week, beat the Seahawks. Bucks surprised me last week, got blown out against
Picking Bucks. Upset pick.
Bucks.
Yep.
I picked the Bucks too. Once again, one of my surprise playoff teams. They can't lose this
Somebody
game.
do something for you.
49ers and Seahawks.
I got the Niners just because I'm a Niners fan.
I picked the Seahawks. I mean,
it's in Seattle,
But I mean, like I said, the Seahawks did not look good. So I mean, we'll see.
Be interesting.
If the 49ers can play the Seahawks like they did the Panthers last week, they'll win that game.
Yeah.
Jets, Chiefs.
I got the Jets.
I'm going Chiefs. I'm not really sure why.
Boy, Brandon Marshall's questionable.
But still, I mean, the Chiefs looked terrible last week. They lost to the Texans.
They did.
I'm not sure why I'm going Chiefs. It's in Kansas City, so what the heck?
Why not?
Yeah. Chargers, Colts.
Chargers.
Colts have not looked good.
No.
So I think I'm going to go with the Chargers too. I'm going to pick them. They looked great last week against the Jaguars. And that AFC South, that division is not good. That is not a strong division whatsoever.
Awful division.
Steelers, Eagles. This is going to be a big test for Carson Wentz. He's looked good the first 2 weeks, but he was playing the Browns, which once again, who really, that's...
Yeah, that's like a rookie.
Yeah, that's
NFL Madden.
That's like a warm-up game.
Yeah.
And then he played the Bears, and the Bears are just starting a downward spiral. So, I'm picking the Steelers to win, but I'm really hoping Carson Wentz just plays well. This is going to be that game where, a lot of NFL analysts are saying, he looks good, but he hasn't really played that game.
But.
So this is going to be a huge test for us to play the Steelers. If he can look good, it's going to solidify him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm picking the Steelers to win because their offense is too good. I don't think the Eagles will be able to match up.
Antonio Brown, good lord.
Yeah. So, I got Steelers. Is that who you're getting?
I got Steelers, yeah.
Sunday night game. Once again, how are the Bears getting all these primetime games? Got a Monday night game last week, the Sunday night game.
Maybe people
Bears?
maybe they wanted to show people that you were going to turn it around. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Good luck there with Cutler being hurt because he sprained his thumb. Okay. Bears, when are you going to cut bait with this guy? He's been a perpetual disappointment. Just cut your losses. Move on. He's not going
to draft a new quarterback.
He's not going to deliver that Super Bowl that you're hoping for.
No.
move on. Picking the Cowboys to win.
I got Dallas. I think Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. Future of Dallas's backfield. I think Antonio Brown's gonna have a big game as well. So I got Dallas. Yeah.
Antonio, he doesn't play.
Oh, sorry, Des Bryant. Gee,
He doesn't play.
sorry.
For the Cowboys.
We just got done talking about
All
Pittsburgh.
right. And finally, Monday night game, which is kind of a good Falcons and Saints.
Falcons.
I went Saints. It's in New Orleans.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's not a.
It's
It's kind
a.
of like I said. There's some bad games in there. So hope everyone enjoys their day of football. I know we will. Hopefully, like I said, if you have a reason why the Packers should have done what they did with their running situation, comment below. I want to please educate me because I'm clueless. Once again, like our page, Facebook page, subscribe, share with your friends. Hope everyone has a fantastic week.
Go get him, Carson.
Yeah.